Right. I'm here. How ready I am is another thing, but I am here. Nah, I'm here. Listen, how ready I am is another situation, but I am here. I'm always here. Oh, get in there, lad. How we doing? Right, I've got the wrong session on for a start. Right, I've literally just walked through the door, haven't I? Fucking hell. Right, how we doing, Chris? Welcome in, bro. Right. Well, right, we're here, aren't we? Right, FP1. Is Denver even live, Chris? Is Denver even live? Is he on a ting or not? How do I change that now? It's a session thing, isn't it? Where is it? Session. Oh, I can just click on that. There we go. Oh shit. Right, I'm going to change that so it says FP2. Yes, Chris, how are we doing, bro? Yeah, I'm good, mate. Not live? Oh, he's not live, is he? Nah, I think he's gone to bed, man. Oh, look at this. Let me get my headphones on. Pit lane incident involving cars 5 and cars 20. Vettel and Magnussen. Unsafe release. He's not live. I'm live, brother. Yeah, I think he just CBA'd it, man. I don't know, man. If he's not live by now, he ain't going to be live because it's about 4 or 5 a.m. in Thailand, isn't it? But yeah. Change that to FP2. Open that. And then... Sorry, I wasn't really prepared for this. But get in there. But we're here, aren't we? So I do apologise. How are we doing with that? There we go. Is that on the screen now, the live timings? Get in there. Yes, Donald. Yes, Tax. How we doing? You didn't expect it to be live, innit? I always make it. I had to make it, bro. I can't let my fan base down. Still a bit of this left from hours ago. Right, live timing. Oh shit, click the wrong thing then. Right, live timing's on. EP2 on. Right, banging. Oh wow, gotta get this window open more. I am sweating like a roasted dog. 5 a.m. plus live boxing on TV. Hey? Is he on? Yes, he's on. What, you mean the boxing? Oh, I'm not watching any boxing, me. I'm not that bothered about boxing. I thought Denver would go live today, though. I thought he'd be on it maybe tomorrow night. JJ, yes. 110, what was the beer that you just swigged? What? One being cold and 10 being warm. Thing is, next door I had a fresh cold one straight out of the fridge as well, but it's been abandoned. I think I left it, but I don't know. I lost it. I lost my fresh beer, didn't I? So now I'm on an old thing. But on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being warm, 8.5. 8.5. This is a warm beer. Mate, I rate Alpine this weekend. I would love Alpine or McLaren or Aston Martin to get a massive result this weekend. I want one of them on the podium. Would you? I said in the preview, would you an unlikely podium? Get in the lead. Right, I'll be back in a sec, guys. I'll be back in a sec. Listen, bear with me 1 minute, guys. 1 minute, and then I'll do the rest of the session uninterrupted. 1 minute. Right, I'm here. Let's rock and roll. Right, I'm here. We're rock and rolling. Yeah, Latifi podium. The hell is this? Kuro, the hell is this? It's me. I'm back. Apologies. Whoa, I just moved the whole scene. No, apologies, Kuro. Watchalong of FP2s. What the hell this is, bro? But yeah, they're just doing following Russell round at the minute. But yeah, straight off the bat then, Verstappen's quickest on a 15 flat. Leclerc half a second slower than that. But I tell you what, Alpine looking quick, man. Straight away again, Ocon's gone P4. Alonso was P3 in practice 1. I do fancy Alpine this weekend. I really do, genuinely. Apologies if the green screen's like proper like flickering and all the rest of it, but the lighting's a bit dodgy because it was fully dark. He turned it on. Oh, he said Saturday night, did he? Yeah, he'll be on tomorrow night, innit? He will be on tomorrow. I think he went hard at the gym, so I think he's a bit tired today. Yeah. I think he was at the gym pushing it. So I think he's probably got home and thought, nah, you know what, I'm knackered. And gone to bed, innit? But yeah, look at that. Alonso P3 now. Alpine P3 and P6 straight away. Oh, this is not updating, is it? Oh, what is this damn thing? There we go, that's on. Yeah, Verstappen, Leclerc, Alonso, Sainz, Perez, Ocon, Norris, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Stroll. Yeah, that's it now. We're up to date. Here's Martin Brundle then. Yeah, on the outside of turn 2. I tell you what, he gets some good places to stand during the weekend, mate. These, where Martin Brundle stood, mate, money couldn't buy where he stood, you know. They've timed it bad cutting to Martin Brundle, though. They're all just on outlaps. They're not really... they're not really giving it full beans yet. Yeah, Lando Norris on the McLaren's on it. It's one of the best circuits on the calendar, this, you know what I mean? Hey Kuro, fancy you coming in when I've dipped off for the first time in that I've ever dipped off during a watch along. Boom, you're in. Going, what the hell have I tuned into here? What is this rubbish? The full drill is on the qualifying on the race. Then we go up 6 notches. This is like first gear. When the race comes on, quali's on, boom, then we're in 6th gear. Well, if you're Formula 1 car, we're in 8th gear. For quali in the race, mate, it's different level. This is just kind of a chilled vibe. You can't really commentate on practice. You know, there's not a lot going on. We're just here to have a little chill and a chat. Yes, Gav, how we doing, bro? Welcome in. FP2. We made it. I didn't know if I was gonna be on, but at the last minute. Do you know what I mean? We made it. We're here. We're on. But yeah, Alonso was third fastest in FP1, and looking quick again in FP2. Look at that. He's gone to P2. Is Fernando Alonso now? Look at that, Verstappen on a 14.7 on the mediums, which is quite ominous because you know, he's only going to go quicker on the soft tyre. But yeah, Verstappen quickest on a 14.8 pretty much on the mediums. Alonso only a third of a second off that, all being on the quicker soft tyre. Leclerc half a second off the pace with Sainz 0.6. Ocon again pops up into P6. Both Alpines in the top 6. And listen, I hope they do something. You know, I did predict Alonso on the podium this weekend, which at the time on a Wednesday, on a Thursday morning, predicting Alonso on the podium is absolutely mad, full crackpot mode. But now it's not looking as ridiculous, is it? It's not looking. It still would be unlikely, but it's not looking as insane to say Alonso podium now. You know, they're looking decent. At the very least, Alpine are looking actually decent. And how I've called that is a fluke. A pure fluke that I predicted Alpine to be quick this weekend, and they actually are. You know what I mean? Is it a fluke though? Watch this for 17 years. Man knows. Now, when it comes to quality in the race, you never know. They might be well off it, but judging from Friday practice 1 and the early moments of Friday practice 2, not bad. Yeah, looking at the porpoising in the Mercedes, and it doesn't look as bad as it was in Baku. It still doesn't look great. Let's have a look at it on the straight finish. Yeah, it doesn't look as bad, the porpoising, actually. Nah, fair play, actually. The porpoising doesn't look as bad, and Hamilton pops up into P6 then. Not bad. 1.3 seconds off the pace, though. 1.3 seconds off Verstappen's 14.5 now. So Verstappen has improved. Hamilton into the top 6 at least, though. Where were Mercedes in FP1? I think they were like 10th and 12th or something like that. 8th and 12th. It wasn't great. I know they were well off it in Friday practice 1. But looking a bit more on it at the minute. But yeah, listen, I would love Mercedes to bridge that gap between the midfield, and then you've got Ferrari and Red Bull just in a different league. It's just you've got a 4-car formula at the front, and then literally a second and a half behind that, everybody else. And I would just love if Mercedes could just start to bridge that gap now. That's what this championship needs. What this championship needs is, yeah, you've got Verstappen and Leclerc and Perez fighting for the wins, but if you can add both Mercedes drivers into that mix as well. But yeah, the Ferrari looks worse. Yeah, the Ferrari looks worse for porpoising than the Mercedes at the minute. Carlos Sainz complaining on the radio about it, and it does look worse, genuinely. It's not 25 degrees now. Let me change that weather. Let me see what temperature it's at now. Oh, low power mode. Hang on a minute. Hang on, my lad. Montreal. What temperature are we on? 26? They're saying it's going to rain later, in Montreal. I hope it doesn't. Well, it might rain towards the end of this session. 26. I'll keep it on 25. The temperature's about right, to be fair. I'd love Williams to be good again. Yeah, me too, me too, Gav. Yeah, Williams. I think the last race that Williams won was the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix with Pastor Maldonado. But before that, the last time Williams were really competitive, you've got to go way back, haven't you? To like 2004, probably. Before the last time Williams were like a... Yeah, I'm thinking through all the years in my head, man. And I think you have to go back to about 2004 when it was like Montoya. 2003, 2004, since Williams had been like a proper competitive team. And they've been dropping back. I think they hit the bottom of the trough in like 2019. I think they were well off it, weren't they? I think, was it 19 or... I think 2019, they were absolutely out of it, like 3-4 seconds off the pace. Absolute joke. And they've come back. Last couple of years, they've started to come back a little bit. And at least they're, Albon scored 3 points. They're not going to be pointless for the entire season, but yeah, I do, Gav. I'd love them to be much further up the grid than they are, because they're OGs, man. I mean, how long have Williams been in F1? Probably since the 70s, isn't it? Williams have been on it in this sport for a long, long time. Since the mid-70s, I think. Ooh, Pierre Gasly cutting across the final chicane then. And not going around the bollard that he's supposed to go around. Ooh, yeah, he might get in trouble with that. But you're in FP2, innit? You're in Friday practice, so I don't think he'll get a serious penalty for that. But during the race, you've got to respect that. And if you go across that final chicane, you've got to go around the bollard. Vettel pops up into P5. Yes, Kim, long time no see, innit? Oh, definitely. How are we doing, Kim? I was hoping there was going to be a bit of a Demcast tonight, but he must have faded. I think he went to the gym and must have tired himself out, gone to bed. Unlike him, innit? Having an early night on a Friday night, but it is what it is. We might be on it tomorrow, innit? But yeah, it's Verstappen from Leclerc, Sainz, so Red Bull from both Ferraris. Then Alonso 4th, Vettel 5th, Hamilton 6th. Like I say, I'd love to see an Alpine, Aston Martin or McLaren on the podium this weekend. Would you for an unlikely podium? Definitely. Lag? Oh, apologies, mate. Apologies, Donald, if there's any lag. That'd be due to yeah, we've had OpenReach round here recently. I don't know what they're doing, but they're interfering with all the internet round here, and digging up the wires and that, so the internet has been dodgy for the past few days, so I do apologise for that. Hopefully everything's alright for quali in the race, you know, for quali tomorrow night. What time's quali? Wait there. Yeah, hopefully it's alright for quali at 9 PM tomorrow and the race at 7 on Sunday. Hopefully everything's alright by then. But yeah, you know, apologies if it does lag a bit. The internet has been dodgy for the past couple of days. So yeah, but we move. See, there might be a race in South Africa. Yeah. I mentioned that I do a Thursday night preview show, Gav, where I go through. One of the parts of the preview show is I go through like the latest news, a roundup of the latest news between the last race and this race, and one of the bits of news was the are in talks for South African Grand Prix. Is it Kyalami? I think they used to race there up until 93, so they used to race there in the 80s and that, but I don't remember. You know, I wasn't on planet Earth yet, so I don't remember. I don't ever, you know, I've never seen a South African Grand Prix, put it that way. But I'm well up for one. You know, I said in the preview, it's like the last sort of place to conquer, to call it a world championship. You know, sorry if my face is like bright pink at the minute. They've just got a mad advert on the screen with mad colours. But yeah, I'd be well up for a South African Grand Prix, man. Lose Spa, though. You can't lose Spa from the calendar. I hope not, man. If we lose Spa-Francorchamps from the calendar... Nah, I don't think we'll lose Spa-Francorchamps from the calendar, man, because it's... I think there's people in high up positions that wouldn't let that happen. I think there's a handful of races that people go to extreme lengths to save, like Monza, Spa, British Grand Prix, Monaco. You know, they'll make a new deal. I couldn't imagine not having a Monaco Grand Prix. That would be wild. Even though it ain't the one, but there's certain races that I feel like if it really does go south and they can't arrange a deal, I feel like somehow, some way, somehow, someone will come up with the money to save it some way. You know, I can't see where they... Right, Spa-Francorchamps, not renewing the deal, right, game over, and we're not racing Spa anymore. I feel there's too many people in too many high positions to let that happen. You know, Spa is too... It's historic, man. It's historic. There's certain races that I think are almost protected, almost like no matter what. So I would be surprised, put it that way. I'd be surprised if we lost Spa from the calendar. I'd be really surprised. Because I feel like people would step in. There's people with money out there that would step in and go, hang on a minute, what? When push comes to shove, I think they'll sign a new deal. That's what, you know, I'm rambling on, but the point of it all is, when push comes to shove, I think they'll sign a new deal. Look at that, both Aston Martins in the top 6. Yeah, they're on the soft tyres as well as Alonso, but it's still pretty quick, man. You know, Aston Martin are coming on strong now. They were pretty much the slowest car for the first few races. They were right at the back with Williams for the first couple of races. But I think Vettel... What did Vettel get in Baku? I think he got 6th. I think he's had a couple of... It started to come good for Aston Martin in the last couple of races. And I'm glad they're improving because they had a shocking start. But yeah, now we're at round 9. It's not looking too bad, actually. Leclerc's improved then, but still can't beat Verstappen's time on the medium tyres. Verstappen on a 14.5 on the mediums is still unbeaten, even with Leclerc on the softs. And look at that, Verstappen. Yeah, Verstappen's rapid on the softs as well. He's going to smash the time that he's set. Here we go then, Verstappen to the line. He's going to go into the 13s. Oh no, 14.1. A full 7/10 of a second. Yeah, 4/10 of a second quicker on the softs. So Russell pops up into P11. Perez 9th for the minute, but I'd expect him to improve now. He's doing a lap on the softs as well. Yeah, Verstappen from Leclerc. Sainz, if he puts on the soft tyres, he'll improve. He'll improve that time for sure. But yeah, man, Aston Martin starting to pick it up. I back it. Yuki Tsunoda up there in P7 as well. They had a good race in Azerbaijan as well. Pierre Gasly, I think, got 5th. Was it 5th? I think Pierre Gasly got 5th in Azerbaijan last time out. That's their best result of the season by far. Perez pops up into P5 then on a 15.1. He's a full second off Verstappen's time though. Unusual. Yeah, full second off the pace. There's a rumour actually that Leclerc will have to take a new... Well, not have to, maybe not have to, but there's a rumour that Leclerc will take a new engine and gearbox this weekend, hence taking a 10-place grid penalty. So obviously start further back. But yeah, we're going to go with a lap. Yeah, we're going to follow Fernando Alonso around on a lap. He's on a good... the Alpine's looking decent. He's 2/10 off Verstappen's time in the first sector, but you know, he's not going to be on Red Bull or Ferrari pace, but they might be better than the rest. You know, is the Alpine going to be better than the Mercedes this weekend? Looking at the pace from Friday practice 1, I'd say yes. It's not still lagging, is it, Donald? Let me know, my lad. Might have a couple of little moments of lag, and obviously I do apologise for that. The internet hasn't been amazing round here recently. No one been in the World of Champions yet then this weekend. I reckon Verstappen qualifying, bang, it's the World of Champions. That's my prediction. Then has to start from the back. Bad strategy. I just reckon... I just have a feeling that it's going to swing into Ferrari's favour this weekend. I don't know. I think it'd just be better for the championship if he did do that, to be fair. So, that's why I back it. Russell up to third then. So, Leclerc gone to second. Russell up to third, but well off the pace though. Nearly 9/10 off the pace. No one's near Verstappen, man. 14.1. Oh, and as I say no one's near Verstappen, Leclerc goes within 81 thousandths of a second. Game on this weekend. Game on. No lag, you're fine. Oh, bang on. Bang on, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate the feedback. You know, if something's not right, don't hesitate to tell me. You know what I mean? I won't take it bad. You know, if something's not right, let me know. And if it's all good, drop me a like. Nah, but Mick Schumacher pops up in P11, then Haas 10th and 11th. And Ferrari, Sainz makes it Ferrari 2nd and 3rd then. Oh, it's getting competitive at the front now. I was saying Verstappen's out there on his own, like a full second quicker than anyone else. But now they're on the soft tyres. They're giving it some full beans. And look at that then. Leclerc 81 thousandths of a second behind in P2. Pit exit incident involving car 5, Vettel and 55. Sainz noted driving unnecessarily slowly. But yeah, the top three within, just over 0.2 of a second. And then a huge gap to George Russell, who's over 0.8 of a second off. Both Alpines in the top 6, within a second of the pace. Perez a second off in P7. I don't know, he must have made a mistake. Something's happened there. Perez is not normally a second off his teammate. Then you've got Gasly 8th. Aston Martin's and Vettel and Stroll 9th and 10th. Stroll, of course, at home. He'll be hoping to get some points this weekend. As Lando Norris goes up into P5 then, but still, there's more than a half a second between Sainz and Russell, and that's not good, man. I don't want a full season of a top 4 and then a second gap and then everyone else. I mean, we're lucky in the way that at least we've got Ferrari and Red Bull that are competitive with each other. Because if it was just one team out front, mate, that's 2014 settings, 2016 settings. If it was just one team out front and then everyone else, at least we've got 2 teams out front and then a huge gap. But ideally, you'd want a couple of teams from that midfield bunch starting to bridge that gap. I'm looking at you, Mercedes. You've got to start bridging that gap. You can't have 0.8 of a second between you and the top 2 teams. Also, Alpine. Where's McLaren as well? I was going to say Alpine, but McLaren are a massive outfit, and they were right on it last year. Not been so much on it this year, apart from that crazy podium. Well, crazy, but crazy might be an exaggeration, but unlikely podium, let's say, in Imola from Lando Norris. Apart from that, McLaren have been a bit sort of hit and miss. One weekend they're looking good, the next weekend meh, the next weekend it's hard to call where McLaren are, really. Replay with Lando Norris then locking up into, well, I guess turn 8, but I don't know for sure. Sainz in the final chicane then. Ooh, right over the sausage curb on the entry to the final chicane. You can't be doing that in 2022. I remember, way back when Lewis was brand new to F1 in like 2007, he used to really bounce over those curbs. It used to give him extra speed, The McLaren was actually set up to do that. I remember it like it was yesterday that, they used to praise Lewis Hamilton for really bouncing over those curbs in the final chicane. And that the McLaren at the time could just handle it. But now 2022, with the floor being such a crucial part of downforce, I think they've got to be really careful over those curbs, and with like the sausage curb situation as well that they've sort of got going on there in the final chicane, they've really got to be careful, man. But look at that, Vettel 4th, Alonso 5th, Russell 6th. Vettel only 0.3. That's a good lap, that, Vettel only 0.3 of a second off the pace. Now, here comes Pierre Gasly to the line then. Go on, Pierre. Pierre Gasly. 14.8. Not bad. Gasly was arguably the driver of the day last time out in Azerbaijan. I think he picked up a 5th. Really he's got his season seriously underway. Oh, mate, don't. Danny Rick's got it this weekend. I don't know about that tax. I won't be putting any money down. Do you know, I don't know where I saw this or where I heard this tax, but I heard that it might not be true, this. I don't know where I heard it, but that Australians is the nation that loses the most money to gambling. I think the UK is, I think Ireland's like second, you know, England third, or whatever. But I think Australia is the country that loses the most to gambling in the world. So maybe that's a sign to stop putting your money on Danny Rick. Hey, if you'd have been putting your money on Danny Rick in 2018, you know, 2017, 2018, round those years, bang on. Man, you wouldn't have got as good of odds, though, would you? You would have got, you know, it would have been evens and stuff. You'd have just doubled your money rather than putting £1 on and getting 500 quid. Putting a tenner on and getting... You wouldn't have got the same odds, but you might have got the success back in 2018. You know, you wouldn't have been doing too bad. But these days, betting on Ricardo, you might as well bet on Zhou Guan Yu. Actually, I probably would prefer to bet on Zhou Guan Yu, to tell you the truth. But yeah, bit of a difficult one for Daniel Ricciardo last couple of years. And I don't think he'll be at McLaren next year. Well, if he carries on like he has been the last year and a half, if he carries on like that, I don't think he'll be at McLaren next year. I think Pierre Gasly might get the nod, and they might terminate Ricciardo's contract a year early, which will probably cost him a fortune. But you've got to do what you've got to do if you're in McLaren's place. And if Ricciardo's not on it week after week, it's all right not being on it for a couple of weeks, you know, a couple of races here and there. That's fine, you know. You don't expect to be 100% on your game and smashing it every single week. But if you're not on it for, you know, let's say 29 out of the last 30 races, questions have got to be asked, don't they? Oh, God, $24. Ricciardo looks, yeah, Gav. You know, if you just said in like 2018, you know, if you'd have asked fans, I'm gonna have a sip of this because it's better than nothing. If you'd have, you know, had an ask around about Daniel Ricciardo in 2018, he'd have been very highly rated as one of the best on the grid, you know, along with, well, I mean, Verstappen was just coming through then, but along with, like, you know, the elite guys, you know, your Hamilton, Leclerc, Verstappen. You know, Ricciardo was in that group of potential world champions. But since he left Red Bull, there's not been very many moments. You know, I said this a few weeks ago. Since he's left Red Bull, how many races have you gone, wow, Daniel Ricciardo? I would say maybe twice in the last 5 years, seriously. I would say maybe twice in the last five years that I've thought to myself or said, wow, look at that Daniel Ricciardo. You know, bull, fantastic. But I told you, Tax, I told you, you have a new man to cheer on next year. In fact, there's rumour that he might replace Latifi mid-season and come into Williams. But if he doesn't come in mid-season, which I don't think he will, to be fair, you know, that would be a bit of a mad one. But Oscar Piastri is on the brink. He should already be in Formula 1. But I would say it's a pretty sure thing that he'll be in F1 next year. Yeah. Somehow, some way. I think he could end up as Alexander Albon's teammate in Williams. If not, I feel like Alfa Romeo might say, listen, Zhou Guan Yu's not been it. But I think he'll be in Formula 1 next year, and you will have someone brand new exciting talent to cheer on. With Oscar Piastri, F2 champion. It's weird how you can be champion of F2, you can dominate it, but it doesn't guarantee you a spot in F1, man. Some years like the year I think it was Albon, Russell, and Norris all came into F1 at the same time. I think at the end of 2018, they all come in. It was like 3 of them from F2 got promoted at the same time. And some years, you can go 2-3 years where no one from F2 comes up to F1, no matter how well you do. There's some F2 champions that just get put on the sidelines for a year or two. All of a sudden, they're out of the headlines, they're out of the public eye, and then they have to just go off to America and do IndyCar, or they have to do, World Endurance Championship, or they have to look at something else. Some F2 champions never do crack it, never do crack the egg of Formula One, and it's just timing. Most of it's just about timing and whether there's, you've got to be linked up with one of the top teams. You've got to be a Red Bull Junior, or you've got to be a McLaren Junior or Mercedes Junior or whatever. You've got to be linked up with a top team for a start. But on top of that, it's about timing and just whether you can just slip in if someone else is retiring or someone else is getting dropped. And you can have, like I say, you can have 2 or 3 years where the guys from F2 don't get on. And Oscar Piastri should already be in Formula One, but the safe money's he'll be in next year. He's a year delayed, but he'll be in. What we're saying. Yeah, Gav. Mick Schumacher needs to do more. You're absolutely right. Yeah, bloody Lance Stroll. Yeah, but Lance Stroll's secure, man. His dad is a big part of that team. Him and his consortium have, own that team. Lance Stroll would have to do a seriously horrendous job to not be there anymore. So I think Lance Stroll is pretty secure, and he's not bad. Lance Stroll, he's all right. He's had a few podiums. Lance Stroll, he had a pole position, didn't he, a couple of years ago in Turkey. I think Lance Stroll got pole position in. So he's not awful. But it is future score. But yeah, on Mick Schumacher, he definitely needs to pick it up. I'm a Mick Schumacher fan, I would love, I like to say that I'm neutral these days. I used to be, a big Hamilton fanboy back in my teenage days and all the rest of it. But these days I'm fully neutral. Like, I just want a good race, whether Verstappen wins, Leclerc, Sainz, Vettel, an underdog win I love, an underdog win I would love more. But I'm fully neutral these days. And having said that, I do have a soft spot for Mick Schumacher, man. His dad was my childhood hero, and I'd love to see Mick do well, but it's not panning out, is it? It's not panning out. He's not panning out, and I'm gutted, man. I'm gutted. I'd love to see Mick Schumacher do something special. I'd love to see him just produce a moment of magic, and you just go, yeah. I would love nothing more than Mick Schumacher just to produce a moment of magic, but it's not happening, is it? He's got to pick it up. Listen, the guy's under pressure, I think, for next year. Nicky Latifi, I think he's under pressure. Whether he'll be in F1 next year. Mick Schumacher, he's under pressure. He's got to pull something out of the bag. Well, when I say he's got to pull something out of the bag, he's got to pull points out of the bag. He's got to score points this season, Mick Schumacher. And the other driver under pressure is Daniel Ricciardo. You're all right, like I was saying before, you're all right having 1 or 2 races off the pace. But if you're having, like I said, 29 out of 30 races off the pace, look at the scrapes on that Look at the scrapes on those curbs. There's a few people gone right over him. Yeah, I think the optimal line is you just take a bit of curb. We're looking at a close-up of the final chicane here. Yeah, the ideal is you just clip the curbs. But like I said, in like 2007, 2008, mate, they were bouncing all over those curbs. They were fully riding those curbs back in 14 years ago. Not anymore, man. You just got to clip the curbs. You got to be careful with the underside of the car, man. Stroll just crashes into people every week. He's had a few. He's had a few unexplainable incidents, hasn't he, Lance Stroll? But he's not that bad though. I don't think he's in the bottom three, Lance Stroll. He's all right. You know, I remember him on a wet day in Monza. I'm thinking like 2017. In qualifying, rapid. I swear he almost got a pole position then, you know, in a Williams. You know, Lance Stroll's had moments of brilliance, you know. He's not been all dead. You know, Lance Stroll's career hasn't just been P18 every week. I mean, a lot of the time, don't get me wrong, he's a bit of an anonymous one. But he has had some magic moments, Lance Stroll, you know. I reckon he's had about 3 podiums, and unlikely podiums. You know, for like Williams, he was on the podium in Azerbaijan for Williams once. He should have won. He should have won in Turkey last year. I think it was a bad not last year, 2020. He should have won the Turkish Grand Prix, man. I think it was a bad strategy call. He got pole position and led the first third of the race in Turkey a couple of years ago. You know, he's not the worst driver out there. By no means is he the best out there, but you know, you look at Nicky Latifi, Zhou Guan Yu, Mick. They're not really on it. Did he also come third in Canada? Nah. Hang on. Don't you think Sainz is a bit under pressure? Not yet. Not yet. But because most of the time that he's not finished, it's not been his fault. I think he's had 4 DNFs this season. I think only one of them... Oh, he's had 3. 3 or 4. But I think only one of them has been his fault, and that was the one in Australia where he had a nightmare in qualifying. And he was trying to come through the pack and beached it. But the other DNFs haven't really been Sainz's fault. He's been very unlucky with mechanical failures. And he got punted off by Daniel Ricciardo as well in Imola and stuff. So I don't... You know, Sainz does need to pick it up for himself. But under pressure from Ferrari, not yet. But if, let's say, we're on round 9 now. Let's say... You know, his bad luck continues into the second half of the season. You're in like round 13, round 14, and he's had another couple of DNFs and another couple of you know, outside the podium sort of thing. And then yeah, it's like But I think he'll come good, Carlos Sainz. I've still got the faith in Carlos Sainz. I've got him for the win this weekend, just because it'd make a good story. What else? Denver will be live after this stream. How'd you know that? That'd be good, that. But how would you know that? I find that hard to believe, because it'll be about 4 a.m. It'll be about 4 a.m. in Thailand. So if he goes live, has he scheduled it? I can't see anything, but I'm buzzing if he is. But I think it'd probably be tomorrow. Oh, you were asking? Oh, will he be live? Nah, I don't think he is. No, I don't think he is. I think tomorrow. Yeah, I know. He's asking, is he going to be? No, I don't think he is. No, I don't think he is. I thought you were telling me. I was buzzing then. I was like, who's live after the stream? Boom, get in. Nah. I was saying before, I think he's hit it big at the gym today. So he's a tired lad, I think. He's just called it a night. He'll probably be on it tomorrow, innit? You're not going live. If he's not live by now, no chance. 4 a.m. Forget it. But no, Gav. Stroll has not been on the podium in Canada, because I definitely remember that, because it's his home race, isn't it? But he has had a couple of podiums along the way here and there. 2 or 3. Or maybe. I don't know. But he's not finishing the podium here now. But that would be insane. Been a good day. It has been a very good day. Yeah, I've had a good day, me. I've pool party. Yeah, I've been on a pool party mode. It's been sick, man. I didn't even know if I was going to do these practice sessions, but listen, I'm glad I have. You know, you got to stick to what you say you're going to do, innit? But yeah, going back to the live action with 7 minutes to go. I can't believe how quick this hour's gone. This hour's just... I feel like I've been waffling on for like 10-15 minutes and then boom, we've done the full session. This is just... time can just fly, man. Look at these dark clouds. I tell you what, these thunderstorms are on the way, man. In another hour, this would be absolutely chucking it down here. But in saying that, he poured for 3 hours straight. What do you mean? Oh, it poured for 3 hours straight earlier. Oh, not here. Probably tomorrow. Thought he did one of Williams in the rain. I think that was Monza. In the rain. Nah, if Stroll got a podium here, that'd be mega, that. I would remember that. I would be... Nah, Stroll's not been on the podium here. He's been on the podium in Baku, I know that one. Has he been on the podium in Monza? Maybe. Turkey? No. But yeah, I think you're right. Monza, yeah. Graphics are... Oh, I appreciate it, Ryan. I really do appreciate that, because obviously some effort goes into behind the scenes. You know, behind the scenes is a lot more effort than when I'm actually on. It's chilling. You know what I mean? But behind the scenes, you know, it's like a duck. On the surface, we're looking calm, but under the water, we're kicking. So I appreciate that. And you know what? My theory is I try to be a little bit better every week, and things get tweaked and things get updated and things get... You know, I'm not afraid to think, oh, what if I try that? What if I do this? What if I do that? And the thumbnails as well. I feel like I'm stepping up on the thumbnail game. You know, when you click on the video, I feel like that. You know, I've got that Best in the F1 game. My thumbnails. But yeah, no. I'm working behind the scenes. Well, it might take a couple of years, but we'll get the channel rolling. We'll get the channel rolling. You know, it'll take 2 or 3 years, but I'm willing to do the. I'm here for the grind, and as long as I remain sober. Now, a Friday practice is a chilled one. Once I get to the quali in the race, boom, I'm full commentary mode in it. But can I hear someone? 3.5 minutes to go. Then I want Perez to win the title. Oh, that'll be mega. So do I, Gav. Perez to win the title. I'll sign. Listen, deal. Deal. I'll shake your hand on that one. Yeah, Perez for the title. Oh, that would be big. That would be massive for Formula One. That would be massive. Even if, I wouldn't even have to go that far, even if Perez is in the championship fight at the back end of the season, like round 16, round 18, if Perez is still in the championship fight, it's massive. You can't underestimate how massive that would be. Because listen, all the media and all the hype and all the drill and all the it's all about Leclerc and Verstappen, in it. It's all about Leclerc and Verstappen. And if Perez is in the championship fight, whether he wins it or not, probably won't. But if he can be in the championship fight, at the back end of the season, I would be all over it. I'd love it. I would love it if Perez can be with Max for the entire year. But world champion, that would be incredible for the sport. If Perez is world champion, that is incredible for F1, that. I mean, when was the last proper underdog world champion? I don't even know. Before I was watching. Like a world champion where you go, what? I didn't even think you were in the fight. What, Villeneuve 97? I don't know. Keke Rosberg 1986. I think Keke Rosberg in 1986, I think it's 86 or 84, didn't win a race the whole season, or won like one race and just constantly finished second or third and won the championship. Like, that's an underdog championship, that, innit? I feel like it'd be the biggest one since then if Perez won it. Oh, mega. Yes, Lewis, how we doing, bro? Button, maybe. Yeah, Button, that was out of nowhere, wasn't it? They had a mega car, though, that year, didn't they, Button and Barrichello? That Brawn GP, that was mega, that, wasn't it? One year wonder. Yeah, Button, yeah, that was a mad one. If you just said Button the year before, yeah, that's crazy, that. Because if you just said, if in 2008 you just said, Button's going to be world champion next year, people would have laughed you off the street, wouldn't they? And then, obviously, Honda became Brawn, and then they had a mega year, and then Mercedes bought them out after that. Yeah, that would be a bit of an underdog before the season started. But after, like, you see the car running in testing, and you see him win the first race, it's not that much of a weird one. But, yeah, it's still a bit of a mad one. Good me, ill as fuck. Oh, is it? I'm a bit, I had a few drinks, but I'm trying to pretend like I'm sober, Lewis. Am I doing a good job? I had a garden party / pool party. I've been on it all day. But I thought... Do you know what it was? Someone come in. Do you know what made me go serious? Someone come in and went, what the hell is this? And I thought, right, I'll show you what the hell this is. This is the best Formula One channel in the world. It's just people don't know about it yet. I thought, I'll show you what this is. Like, will be. This will be the biggest Formula... This is the biggest Formula One channel in the world. It's just no one knows about it yet. Give it 3 years. Chef's kiss. Give it 3 years. Oh, we'll be rock and roll, mate. But yeah, that is the end of FP2. Verstappen quickest again. I think Verstappen was quickest in FP1 as well. So, back-to-back practice wins for Max Verstappen. Nah, but it's really close. So, it's really close. Leclerc just 81 thousandths of a second behind. Sainz, really close as well. Just 0.2 off the pace. Sebastian Vettel up there as well for Aston Martin in P4. Only 1/3 of a second behind. That is rapid. Yeah, Lewis. Alonso up there in P5. You know, I've got him on the podium this weekend. I've gone for a mad prediction of Fernando Alonso podium this weekend. Only 0.4 off the pace. Then a bit of a gap to P6 at Pierre Gasly. But Hamilton down in P13 at 1.2 off the pace. What's that about? Mercedes are still way off it. Russell P7, over 0.8 off. McLaren's 8th and 9th, like they were in like the finishing result in Baku. Finished 8th and 9th. But yeah, Bottas didn't even set a time. I don't know what he's been doing. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, that is about it, guys. I'll be back on full steam ahead mode, full all cylinders running tomorrow, fully fit, ready tomorrow, and that will be. Let me have a look. Actually, on the schedule, yeah, I'll be back at 10 to 9 tomorrow night for qualifying at 9 p.m. So let me put. Have I had? Oh no, we're doing all right. What about Vettel first title in 2000? Yeah. That, yeah, Gav. Hey, you know your stuff. You that was a banging year for F1. That Vettel first title in 2010, 5th in the driver's standings. Alonso got stuck behind Petrol. Oh, what a race! What a season that was. 2010. Yeah, Vettel 2010. That was the last like kind of an underdog championship. Boom! You've nailed it. You've nailed it, bro. Love that season. 2010, 2012 were classics. Anyway, guys, join me tomorrow, 10 to 9 for qualifying at 9. And we're fully on it. Full commentary mode. And we're all over it. See you later, guys. I appreciate you joining. Drop a like if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're into Formula 1, because I'm live for every single qualifying and every single race from the Formula 1 World Championship. See you later, guys.